Hey everyone, today I'm going to review the brand new Revlon powder blushes, and if you watched my last video, you would have saw these. I was wearing this shade called Oh Baby Pink on my cheeks in that video, and a lot of you guys were telling me that you were excited about these blushes, and I definitely just off the bat want to say that I love these and I highly recommend them. So definitely an improved formula here. So excited about these blushes. I actually want to get more already because I like them so much. And the two shades that I chose are Oh Baby Pink and Hot Pink. And here's what they look like up close. So in this you get 5 grams of blush for $8. I bought these at Harmon's inside of Bed Bath & Beyond. I do have pictures of the display on my Instagram, and I also showed the whole display in my last video, so if you want to see the entire display, definitely check out my video because there are other blushes in that display as well. And it didn't say limited edition on the display itself, so I believe that these are going to be permanent, but once again, I'm not sure because it's still kind of a new product. Formula on these blushes is definitely something that reminds me of a high-end blush. It isn't like too powdery, but it's still soft to the touch. It still feels silky and it comes off on your brush nicely, but it doesn't make a huge mess everywhere, which I really appreciate. The pigmentation on these blushes is great. You don't need a ton of it to show up on your skin, you know, like one tap and you're set kind of thing. These are really pigmented, and I suggest using a light hand at first and then building up as you go, because there are some pretty bright shades like this one right here called Hot Pink. The way I like to put these on is just kind of lightly layer it, see how I like it, and then go back in if I need to. And I actually want to show you how I put on these blushes and show you how they apply. So I'm going to put on some blush right now. I don't have any on, and I wore Oh Baby Pink the other day, so I'm actually going to put on Hot Pink today. So today I'm going to apply the blush with my favorite blush brush. It's from Sigma. It's called the Large Angled Contour F40 brush, and it's really easy for blush because it has that angle on it, and you know, you just go a couple swipes. So I'm just going to tap a little bit all over my brush, and that's all you really need. I'm not going to do any more than that. I'm actually going to tap some of that off. So I just like to start by dabbing the color where I want it, and then I kind of just blend it out a little bit with my brush here. And I like to sweep it all the way up my cheekbones. I know some people don't like to wear it like that, but this is just how I do mine. And I did put on some Illuminator in my foundation mixed in, so if you're seeing some sort of shine, that's because I have a liquid highlight on, and these are completely matte blushes. So yeah, I just want to let you know that if you see a glow, it's not the blush. Okay, and I like how this looks, and as you can see, it is very pigmented. I did put on a little bit more than I usually would, but that's just because I want you guys to see how it really looks on me. And this is once again the shade Hot Pink, and in the pan it does look really bright. It might be, you know, less intense on those of you with deeper skin, but on fair skin like me, it kind of just is a lot to handle, so definitely use a light hand so you don't end up looking like a crazy, well, unless you want to look like it's the 80s, I mean, go ahead. But yeah, this is definitely a really pigmented blush, and I was just so impressed with it. I mean, as you guys saw, you just need a little bit and you just kind of pop it on and you're good to go. As far as wear time goes, I haven't noticed any fading with these blushes. I had no problem with that at all. Yesterday, I had this on for at least like 10 hours straight and nothing faded. It looked like how I just had it on after I applied it, and I was really impressed with that. So I would definitely say these are long wearing blushes. So as far as texture goes, these aren't powdery at all. They do kind of feel silky to the touch, but they're not exactly soft either. They are a little bit hard when you touch them with your finger, but you know, you're going to be using a brush most likely anyway, so that's not really a problem for me. As far as packaging goes, I think everything is good. The case is nice and sturdy. It snaps shut nice and tightly. The name is visible in the corner, and you can actually see the blush color itself in the packaging, which I really like. But the one thing that I don't like is the brush that they give you. It's really flimsy, and I mean, you're not going to use this. It's too small for a blush brush. I think it's stupid, so I'm gonna toss that away because I'm not even going to use it. The shape of the pan is kind of rectangular, which I don't really prefer in a blush, but it's not like a big deal, so it's fine. I mean, my brush can fit in it if I do it from the side, but usually I like to just tap in like this. So, I mean, once again, like I said, not a big deal, but I think that these would have been so much better if they would have filled the square completely with blush. I mean, you know, not saying that they have to put more product in it because this will last me a long time, but if they would have like maybe just put the whole thing as a square of blush, I really would have loved that. The texture is perfect, the pigmentation is really great, the wear time is phenomenal, and I just think that the price is really right on these. And like I said, there are a lot more colors to choose from. I showed all of them in my last video in the display, and I just think Revlon did a really good job with these. They definitely improved on the formula. This stuff, it's just awful. This is the shade Wine with Everything, and I bought it just to try it out. It was actually before I even knew that these came out, and it's just like, I'll show you a quick swatch. I mean, you don't really get anything. And if you wipe it off on your hand right there, that's the pigmentation, and it just kind of blends out to nothing, which is kind of pointless for a blush because I'd want it to show up on my skin. And that's what I get with these. I get something that is nicely pigmented, so a little goes a long way. I don't have to take a bunch of time trying to build up color because, you know, you just tap your brush and start blending it out and it looks perfect. I really love it. I would never recommend the original Revlon powder blushes. Hopefully they get rid of this stuff because it's awful. I hate it so much. It's really that bad. Yeah, so don't get these. Get the new ones. I really think that there's a shade for everybody here, so I definitely recommend trying one. And if you guys do, let me know what you think of it. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching.